Hi, right, we talked about strumming. Now we need something to strum, so that's chords. So the next step is to learn some chords. So first thing you want to do is think about your hand position. Uh, you want to get your fingers to come down and straight down on the string, which means you have to have your thumb down on the back of the neck like that and your wrist bent. If your wrist is up bent like this, you're going to be touching other strings when you try to finger a chord. So you want to get it down, your wrist down, and your fingers coming up and over and straight down on the string. So that's the first thing. Second thing is you want to learn the chords. So if you're practicing a G chord, you want to just practice that separately, getting your fingers down so that you start to get a visual in your brain of what that chord looks like. So you want to start with two chords. Actually, G and E minor is a good one to start with because we'll talk about that a little later. So you want to practice switching. So you've got to learn your G chord, learn your E minor chord. So once you have those in your head and under your fingers, you want to practice switching them a little bit, just switching them, no rhythm, no anything. When you switch, you want to visualize the chord you're going to in your head. That's why when you learn the chord, you really want to see that picture. You got to get all your fingers down at once. If you're doing first finger, second fret on the fifth string, that's not going to work when you're playing music. You have to be able to switch. Just put the chord down, and that just comes from practice and repetition. Once you have the two chords down, you want to practice switching them. So just strum, make sure they're all ringing, then switch to your E minor. Switch back to your G, switch back to your E minor. Eventually, once you can make the switch, you're going to start playing in rhythm. You want to go as slow as you have to go to be able to make the change in rhythm. If you're doing this, that's not going to work in a song. So if you have to play it, that's how you play it. You have to make that change smoothly and all your fingers moving at once to the next chord. Once you get that in rhythm, it's just a matter of repeating it, and then you can speed it up. So gradually, you're going to increase the tempo. The last little piece is watch for common fingers. Many chords have common fingers. The G major to the E minor chord, for instance, you have, in both chords, you have your first finger on the second fret of the fifth string. You don't want to move that finger when you're switching chords. That helps to anchor. You do have to slide it down a little bit to get your second finger in on the fourth string, second fret, but you don't have to move it. So picking it up is not what you want to do. It actually helps you make the change a little more smoothly. There are many chords like that. C and A minor is a similar, it's a one finger move. Two fingers, two common fingers in that chord switch. But let's stick to the key of G, and I would recommend sticking with the first four chords on that chord chart, which is G, E minor, C, and D. If you can learn those four chords and you can switch them, there's probably about 100 songs you can play. So again, nice and slow, learn the chord first, practice switching it first, then practice switching in tempo. Remember your hand position, thumb on the back of the neck, and wrist bent this way, not this way, because that will prevent you from getting a clean sound. When you do play the chord, make sure you're getting a clean ring on all the string. And there you go. And then, like everything on the guitar, and probably everything in life, repetition is the deal. If you repeat it, you get better at doing it. Start slow so you can do it properly in rhythm. Slow will eventually become fast with repetition. Fast will always keep you not learning how to do it properly. So don't start fast, start slow, and have fun with your chords.